basketball. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Drake Anthony. Looking at the last game for the Houston Rockets, it was a win against the Memphis Grizzlies. I don't think I was the only one surprised, not just by the win, but guys, by what an emphatic win it was.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiaries are what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Beasley out there with Howard. And it's Beverly in the one spot. A baseline J. And that's an air ball. Not even close. Harden gets to Beverly. Back to Harden. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Well, you know, last season, Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
And now the first timeout call here for the Rockets. Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end.
And the second free throw, good.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big deals.
On its way from Curry for two. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
This is it for Bogut. Golden State moving the ball around. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I talked about that. And Clark, you know, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, you know, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control is essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Here is Harden. The Warriors making the shot. Nice D from Bogut.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Here's Curry. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Spates comes in for Andrew Bogut. It's Thompson in for Bogut. It's Harden with the drive. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give him a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Ian Clark's checked in for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Curry. The dish to Spates. The Rockets pull it in. Last time in Oakland, they lost to the Warriors.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
they've just got to be more careful tonight. It's that simple. I mean, those guys are too valuable. They need them on the floor.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Houston.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Houston making a switch. Capella's checked in. Now here's Beverly. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Wide open look. And there's Thompson. That's good on the assist by Livingston. Here's Harden. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. That one on Thompson. For Houston, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. Anderson Varejão's checked in for the Warriors. The Warriors have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Spades the best to Thompson. To the inside. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. And that one's good. Ariza's got his first 2 points.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. .41 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Beasley kicks to Harden. Knocks down the 3-ball. Harden's got 8.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Varejão's shot is good. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
And we still aren't halfway through this contest yet.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Took away from that one was just how valuable their guys coming off the bench were.
I thought the reserves were the difference in the game, Greg. I mean, a lot of the scoring came from the bench.
Deep. And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. The Warriors. Either team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Warriors.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
You know, we've seen them bearing their fair share of mid-range jumpers tonight, too. I mean, that's a good start for them.
Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. Curry is up. There's Barbosa. And it's Rush in at the 3 spot. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. And stolen by Ariza. Beasley. And it's sent back by Bogut. And so the ball out of bounds. Bogut touched it last. Here's Beverly. The Warriors leading. Barbosa dishes to Curry. Got it. He's now 3 for 5 from the field.
Beautiful finger roll to cap head drive off. He knows how to finish with some flair and flavor, guys.
It's Harden with the drive. And it's blocked by Curry. Out of bounds. Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession. Barnes is checked in for Leandro Barbosa. Terry outside. 5 on the clock. Martinez has a screen for Terry. Off target with his 3.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes that he's on.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his first foul. And the Warriors making a change here. Clark's check in. Here's Martinez. The three-pointer off the mark. Warriors leading by 3. Here's Rush. Here's Green. And another shot. Clark, the pass to Bogut. Some nice passing by Golden State.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
And Brewer kicks to Godlock. The try by Green. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. That's on Jason Terry. The Warriors have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
And the Warriors making a change here. Livingston's checked in. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Rockets trail by 7. Terry outside. He dishes it to Martinez. Out to the right wing. Here's Godlock. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Doubled by Smith. Martinez with the steal. And now Terry pushing it. No one back to stop him.
Kevin, here's where the Warriors rank in the NBA over the last month. First in scoring. First in assists. And they're also #1 in shooting percentage. This is a team that prides itself on taking high-quality shots.
And you go back to their offense, the most explosive in the league. I mean, everyone talks about the great offense beating great defenses. And I tell you what, they make it difficult to hang with them.
Steph Curry's checked in for Golden State. And Brewer kicks to Smith. Martinez dishes to Terry. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
There's Godlock. Following the basket by Stephen Curry. Smith the pass to Martinez. And it's going to be a 3-second call. While we have a break, we can see which teams have made the most of their second chance opportunities over the last 10 games. In third, the Rockets.
I mean, you love their aggressiveness, not settling for one shot offensively, but really running down those loose boards and converting for extra points.
Here's Curry with the 3. Rebound by Smith. Rockets trailed by 5. And Godlock gets to Brewer. Can't get it to go.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
He downed that one from long distance. And that's now 11 points for Steph Curry.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Godlock gets the bucket. Now just a 4-point Warrior lead.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
There's Godlock. 6 points for him. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Houston shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Hitting your free throws is a good way to get back into it. It stops the clock and extends the game. I mean, you want to take advantage of that situation. and they're shooting much better from the line here in the second quarter. So far, they haven't missed one.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Anderson Varejão's checked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for Draymond Green. Klay Thompson is checked in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Barbosa in for Ian Clark. The shot and game clock separated by 4. And it's Terry off the drive. Moniunas dishes to Gaudio. Stolen by Barbosa. Here's Thompson. Finishes the break with a slam.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Curry outside. No good on the buzzer beater. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Warriors lead by 3. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to get going once again. Hey, during the break, players getting a chance to refuel and hydrate with some Gatorade as there is more basketball in store. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard for the first half. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
Taking a look at the Rockets. Beverly and Harden, they're the backcourt.
He made the game lag. I'm going to put a grief report in on your bitch ass.
Trevor Ariza up there with Beasley. And it's Howard in the center position. Here's Harden. Got a piece of it. Tries to save it. Curry passes to Green. Some nice passing by Golden State. Another miss by Curry.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
Now here's Curry. 14 points for him. Here's Green. And the Warriors take on 2 more.
Unbelievable. This guy is completely in a zone.
And he knows it. You can see it. The body language, the confidence. Real swagger out there for him. Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game.
The feed to Beverly. Ariza against Green. Misses off the right eye. Warriors leading by 8. And Curry, here we go. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And it's good.
Oh, nice double pump finish there. Strictly for the fans.
Warriors have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game. It's trailed by 8. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They're going to get going.
The windmill finish. Now that's nasty. How do you do?
Finishes the play. Utter disregard for his own teammates.
And his teammates still shaking their heads. You know what? He must have told them to be on the lookout for something special.
Some changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Vogel. Thompson comes in for Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Now, here's Brewer. He's had some playing time, but no scoring in for him.
Over the last 10, looking at the Warriors, here's how they compare to the rest of the league. First in scoring. First in assists. And they're also #1 in shooting percentage. This is a team that prides itself on taking high-quality shots.
And you go back to their offense, the most explosive in the league. I mean, everyone talks about the great offense beating great defenses. And I tell you what, they make it difficult to hang them.
In the slam dunk by Spates.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Terry kicks to Smith. 4 on the clock. Brewer.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at the Warriors. And checking out Houston. Tied up with it. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Here's Maniunas.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that. Pretty one-handed.
And it's Green. Missing.
Well, they're fortunate. Defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Brewer with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. And Brewer gets to Maniunas. Here's Smith. The shot will not go. Good D by Thompson. Rush dishes to Livingston. Passes to Thompson. Takes a 3. Here's Green. Tries again. And it's good. Through contact, it's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. Some changes for Golden State. Anderson Varejao checked in for Spates. Barbosa comes in for Brandon Rush. And Ian Clark subbed in for Sean Livingston. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
And the jam by Maniunas.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
The try by Green. Good. Green's got 9 points in the quarter.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? Warriors ahead, up 7. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the 4th quarter. And the final period of play just about to start. Harrison Barnes is out there with Anderson Varejao. Then there's Ian Clark. Then there's Barbosa. And it's Curry in at the point. That's the Warriors' foul. Takes it off the glass. Curry's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for the Warriors.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
He feeds it to Varejao. Clark, the pass to Barnes. It's stolen by Smith. And here comes the break. And Curry pulls it down. Warriors leading by 7. Here's Clark. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
The drive by Smith. Misses the layup.
Oh, tight defense being played right there. Got right up on him and forced the miss.
Textbook work. Close enough to bother the shot. Good challenge, but disciplined enough to avoid too much contact.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Andrew Bogut checked in for Bergeron. Spates comes in for Leandro Barbosa. And it's Rush in for Ian Clark. Down low. A reverse. And it's sent back by Spates. Curry hits the Barnes. Outside for Curry. Rush dishes to Spates. Golden State moving the ball around. Curry passes to Rush. Spates kicks to Barnes. Missed it, even after all those chances. Here's Beverly. The Rockets with another miss. Warriors leading by 9. It's Curry outside. Again, Curry missing. The Rockets have gone just 1 of 6 from the field to start the 4th quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Riza. The shot is off. The Warriors go the other way. And Curry the bucket on the assist by Rush. Rush has got 3 assists tonight.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey, Kevin, well, the Rockets coach had some advice for the team over that last break. He is not happy with the soft play offensively, saying, listen, let's make the simple play. Take care of the basketball. We can't afford to waste any possessions. Guys, can they clean it up?
Here's Curry with the 3. Curry with another miss.
A key rebound there, but they can do a little better on the glass here down the stretch.
Guys, it's been their weakness to this point in the game, but they're still alive.
Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Warriors?
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've also jumped on any opportunity they've had to attack the basket tonight. I mean, excellent penetration.
Clark, if they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Amen. I think that's the best option.
Rush dishes to Bogut. And that one is hammered home.
Certainly that shot well within his range.
I would hope so.
And especially when he caps it off with the steady one-hand jam.
And stolen by Barnes. And Curry has it in the corner. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
He's trying to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling. Better to be lucky than got that shot to fall.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on the clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If the shot isn't
Just know I'm putting the grief report in on your name, homeboy.
not fair. I mean, that is just not fair.
Went soaring in for the sweet pleasure. Beautiful.
This fella knows how to punch it in style.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Warriors.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
Yeah, but they did a better job tonight. They made the most of the extra rebounds, too.
We have watched this team all season long play with such tenacity, with the wins piling up on the year. This will make it now 61 total.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Green. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. No good.
Any favors with those kinds of errors.
Especially now, Greg, with every possession being so crucial.
Harden against Barbosa. Kicks it to Livingston. Varejao against Howard. And stolen by Howard. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anderson Varejao. That is his first foul of the game. And stolen by Space.
And how about the read on that play right there? Great sense of exactly when that ball was coming from the outside.
And it's Houston's ball. They trail by 16. Ariza no look. Thompson outside. And it's Thompson again missing. Missed. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And the outcome of this.